whispering witch. The wind had stopped. The trees stood still, as if holding their breath, and amidst their haunted stillness lay a ruined village, cloaked in the ashes of its own destruction, Hollow Creek. It had been destroyed centuries ago, yet something remained, something that time could not wither. A woman. A fire. A curse. And a story still hungry for new souls to consume. In the year 1723, Hollow Creek was a peaceful mountain village. Wooden cottages, a small chapel, and a glistening lake nestled in the heart of the forest made it seem like a dream. But hidden within that dream was a shadow, one that awakened once every century. In this village was born a girl named Elora. She was beautiful, gentle, and wise. Her mother taught her the knowledge of herbs, healing prayers, and the whispers of nature. She cured fevers, helped with childbirths, treated poisonings. But when the shadows of a time grow darker, even light begins to inspire fear. One day, an unknown illness struck the village. Children writhed in agony, women screamed in despair, and men ran about like madmen. When no cure could be found, blame fell on the one who stood apart from the rest, Elora. It's her sorcery. She's a servant of the devil. Burn the witch. And so, on a stormy night, Elora was dragged to the village's old execution tree, a gnarled black oak known as the Tree of Sin, where sinners were once hanged. She was tied, firewood stacked beneath her feet, and torches lit. She did not scream. She didn't plead. She only looked up at the sky, as if she knew something the world didn't. And when the flames licked her skin and began to devour her, she whispered a single sentence. What you've done to me shall haunt your bloodline for generations. By the next morning, the 10 villagers who had lit the fire were found hanging upside down from the same tree. Mouths agape, eyes bulging, and tongues severed. The rest of the villagers fled in terror. Some went mad. Others ended their own lives. And a few, perhaps, still hide in fear. From that day on, Hollow Creek turned to ash. And the tree, though burnt, never turned green again, only blacker with time. 300 years later, in the winter of 2025, a group of university students from Lahore were searching for a location to shoot their next video. They ran a YouTube channel called Paranormal Explorers, and the 6 members, Lena, Arez, Mehak, Joey, Hassan, and Sonia, decided it was time to find a truly haunted location. Lena's grandmother had given her an old book that mentioned Hollow Creek, along with a warning. Do not go there, child, that's no woman, it's fire. But curiosity often drowns out caution. They packed the car, charged their cameras, and set off. At the village's edge, a half-buried stone marked the border. It read, Hollow Creek, where the fire never dies. The sun dipped below the horizon. Dark clouds loomed above, and the forest seemed to forget how to breathe. Sonia murmured, I don't like this place. But Joey laughed. They entered the ruins, chose an old collapsed house, pitched their tents, lit a fire, and started filming. Mehak opened the book that spoke of Elora. But as the night deepened, something began to change. The trees rustled without wind. The ground trembled ever so slightly. And in the air, there was a weight, as if something was watching. Lena told them the execution tree still stood somewhere in the woods. Intrigued, they all ventured out with torches. After some time, they found it, the tree. Black, burned, and surrounded by white human bones at its roots. Joey, ever the clown, stepped forward. Hey there, Lady Elora. How's death treating you? He kicked one of the bones playfully. Suddenly, the recorder turned off on its own. A whisper echoed in all their ears. The first has been chosen. That night, Joey stopped laughing. He clutched his ears and cried, "Who is this? Speaking in my voice?" He bolted into the woods. Erez and Hassan ran after him, but only Erez returned. His breath ragged, his eyes wide with horror. Joey, he was clinging to the tree, laughing hysterically, then his face began to burn, and he vanished. Mehak spent the rest of the night in silence, staring up at the sky. Before dawn, she walked into the woods alone. Sonia followed her. Near the tree, only Mehak's shawl remained, and a severed tongue dangling from a branch. Hassan was next. He approached the tree with folded hands, whispering, "Please forgive us, don't kill us." But there was no mercy. A shriek tore through the air. Then a lump of flesh soared through the trees and landed beside the camera. An eyeball still stared from it. Only 3 remained, Lena, Erez, and Sonia. Sonia's face had gone pale. She kept murmuring nonsense under her breath. "We need to burn the tree," said Erez. "That's the only way." He poured petrol and set it ablaze. The tree screamed, a scream not of timber, but of a woman burning alive. The fire surged upward, and with it, Erez. His face contorted in agony, and he let out a final scream before collapsing into silence. Sonia turned to Lena. "You were chosen, you're the last." She stepped toward the tree. From its shadows emerged Elara's form, eyeless, her face charred, her tongue freshly severed. She placed a hand on Sonia's forehead. Sonia turned to ash. Only Lena remained. The tree's branches coiled around her. The ground shook. Elara leaned in and whispered in her ear. "The last of your line, the final flame, you too shall become ash." Days later, local shepherds discovered an abandoned jeep. Inside was a backpack, a journal, and an old recorder. On the first page of the journal was written, "We came to create a story, and became one instead. They say if you go near Hollow Creek's black tree even now, you'll see 6 shadows standing under its branches. But the 7th shadow still waits. And if the tree ever whispers your name, never answer it."
If you like the video, then share and subscribe. Don't forget press to a bell icon.